I would like to say this, first of all, to start off. I'd like to thank all the parents in the room, all the sacrifices that you give for your young man to play this great game of football. And I think you young players, before you go off to college, even while you're still in high school, you can't thank your parents enough for the sacrifices of what they have to go through so you can play this great game of football. You don't lose sight of that as you continue to grow and you get older, and all of a sudden my mom and dad are supposed to do this. I don't know about they're supposed to do anything. What they do is they bring you into the world, and you can't choose your parents. But what you can do, you can choose to make sure that you represent them in the right way. And that's what's so great about football. When you think about a football player, it's kind of unique. You get a jersey and you acquire a helmet. Here's a helmet right here. Some of you guys have the jersey on. And at times I think you think it's your jersey. It's really not. It's rented. You rent that jersey when you start playing football. There's a number on the back of that jersey. The number belongs to you. It becomes your legacy as a young man, as a football player. And you're proud of that jersey. But that jersey will be given to someone else eventually. When the next athlete that takes that jersey and that number, the question you have to ask yourself, how did you make the game of football better? Not what football gave you, but what you're going to give back to football. Then there's the next part. Most of these uniforms at times, you're in high school, college, professional, has your name on the back of the jersey. Some don't. It's okay. You think that name represents you, doesn't it? It represents your mom and your dad, whoever provided for you. That's who the name represents. So for everything you do, you become a part of your family's name. It's called your legacy. It's very important you understand your legacy, because you, at some time, will get married. You'll hand your last name down to your children. Will you hand it to them in good standards? Will it be a name that they're proud of? Now there's the next thing. You have a helmet. That helmet represents the school, the college, or the professional football team that you play for. So your actions on the field represent two parties: your family's name and the organization that you play for. Don't take that lightly. It's very serious. It's interesting when we play this game of football. The joy of winning, the competition, we all get involved in that. We're excited about that. Have humility. I'll tell you about the road of humility. No traffic. You know, big traffic freeways, you see that one lane, the diamond lane they call it in California. In California, they cheat. They put dummies over there like you got 3 people in the car. You running real fast. The road of humility, not a lot of traffic. I'll tell you again, not a lot of traffic on that road. See, athletics will humble you when you lose. But when you win, there's a lot of winners in this room. Make sure that you win with humility. Because this football has a way of making everyone at one time or another eat some humble pie. You didn't do it by yourself. It's a team game. And maybe the best thing about football is this. There's a thing called the huddle. It's a wonderful thing, the huddle, because it breaks down all barriers in life. Social, economical, race, religion, size, doesn't matter. All those things don't affect us when we walk in the huddle. There's one guy, and he's going to give you direction. If it's a quarterback, he's going to give you a play. If it's the Mike linebacker, he's going to set the defense. And in that huddle, 11 guys come together, and they have one goal: success. If our country would get in a huddle and not worry about all these other things in life that we get hung up on, it's amazing how successful you can be. As you walk your life and you get out of football, don't forget the huddle. The huddle's very important. It teaches us all those things: discipline, trust, responsibility. These are life lessons. Use football as a life lesson. One day, as the young man said here, one day for me, David Felton, you won't play football again. Father Time has never lost the race. He'll come knocking on your shoulder pad, and he'll tell you, you know what? Time for you to get that jersey to somebody else. When your jersey is placed on another athlete at any level, when that athlete looks at your jersey, what will he say? Will he say you made a difference in the game of football? This morning's breakfast and tonight, it's about Walter Camp. Let me ask you this question. You think he made a difference in football? He left his mark. He is the man, in my opinion, the father of football. If he was alive today, he would be very proud of everyone sitting in this room. Coaches, I say this to you, thank you. You are the foundation of football, high school coaches. You get these young men at a young age, I say this. You have an obligation. One of them is you teach them the game of football. But maybe the bigger obligation is this. When they play for you and they leave, have you made them better men? That's a bit of your obligation too. We know we have to teach them the game of football, but you have to make sure you made them better men for playing under you, for playing for you. That's pretty important too. David said this, it's kind of unique. He said, finish. Don't let other people set your expectations. That's pretty important. And here's how it works. In this life, we have goals. We all have goals. But I tell you this, a goal without a plan is a wish. I'll say it again. A goal without a plan is a wish. A lot of you athletes in here, you want to go to college. What's the plan? What's your plan to go to college? You have a goal to go. What's the plan? Life is about planning. There's a game plan in football. Sometimes you have to adjust it. Maybe one of the unique things about football, I always say this, I like football players that like to deal with inconvenience. See, life's about inconvenience. That's what's so fantastic about football. Somewhere along the game, in that football game, you're going to get knocked down. That little thing comes running out of your eye, and then you try to figure out, do I really like this football? It's called inconvenience. It's a good thing. Because the people that can deal with inconvenience in this world are successful. You have a foundation of success. There's a reason that you sit in this room today as a team. Rightly so, it's deserved. You worked at it. Don't lose sight of this. Your life is not a dress rehearsal. It's not. Everyone gets the same amount of time every day. You have to choose what you do with your time. As we sit in this room, we have to understand this. We are all a collection of our choices. That's right. Every man and woman in this room are a collection of your choices. Make sure you do this in your life travels. You choose your friends. Don't let them choose you. When you're an athlete, you acquire many friends. Make sure you choose them. Make sure you set your own expectations. That's pretty important. But have a plan. It's not about the goal, it's about the plan. David Fulcher had a plan. He set his expectations. You all have enough ability to have success. Just make sure you have a plan so you can reach that. Thank you very much. God bless you.